So while most artists think that you need a lot of social media attention in order for you to make money, as an artist, I'm here to tell you otherwise. Some of the most profitable artists in the game today actually make money quietly. And I remember when I first started 10 years ago, I had no following on social at all. I just went outside and just started selling. And people that started following me was because I went outside and started selling, and I started building my social following that way. I didn't wait for the social attention in order for me to start making money. I went outside and just started talking to people, selling to people, because people still deal with people. People still talk to people. So if you are waiting to build a social following in order for you to get started, I'm here to tell you, no, you're doing it the wrong way. Start with people. Start with physical, human to human, eye to eye contact, and just start making it that way. What I started doing was I started looking for every free street event that was happening, especially in the summer. A lot of these free events happen in New York City. So I will tap into anything that's free, anything that's it's a local gallery or local museum doing an event, and they're looking for some artists to participate. My first question is it free? If they say yes, you bet I will be there, and I will set up and I will make some money. And I started building some following like that. So me personally, actually reverse engineered. I did it on a reverse. I started doing it without following and started building the following by being in the mix, getting my hands wet and getting my hands dirty and getting my feet wet, being in the action. That's how I started building following. And my followers are still 4,300 or something like that on Instagram. So I'm still not dependent on social following or social attention in order for me to stay business as an artist. I remember one time I was outside doing my thing, hustling. A guy came by, bought some work from me, and then started a conversation asking me, "Are you doing okay? How is the business for you? Are you able to make a okay living doing what you're doing?" And I said, "Yeah, I get by. I'm not a struggling artist. I don't struggle as an artist. So I guess I'm doing fine." And he said, "I bet you are doing fine, because with artwork, it could look like from a distance, it could look like artist is struggling. But when you get close and you talk to them and they tell you how this thing works, especially if they be able to figure their own path out, you will know that they're doing okay. They're doing pretty good or decent." And he told me a story that he came across an artist in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn, on Atlantic Avenue. The guy was the artist making stuff and selling. And he went and bought something, and he talking to the guy, and he said he had the thing where he feel for artists. He's very empathetic towards artists. So he was talking to see like, "How you doing? Are you okay? And how your business doing?" And he said, to his surprise, he was surprised that this guy pointed out to him. I mean, it has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with being rich. But the guy pointed out to him, like, "You see that BMW parked over there?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, I seen it." He said, "That's my BMW parked over there, but I stand here in the street, sell my work." And he also told the guy that, "Look, what I'm doing here brings me close to $200,000 every year." This artist that was standing right there in the street looking like a bum told this guy that he makes close to 200 grand annually. And he said, "That's my BMW parked over there that you're looking at." And the guy was so shocked. He was like, "I'm so shocked that this thing can bring in that kind of money." And he was telling me, and I was like, "You know what? To keep it 100% with you, art can do that. Art can do that. Or anything that's creative, anything that's actually creative, can do that. From the outside, it could look like this person is struggling, this person is not doing well. But if that person has actually found his bag, has found his bubble, trust me, it can happen. You can be making money and look like you're not making money. And that money can be made without the social media attention. That money can be made without any media coverage. That money can be made without any gallery representation. That money can be made without any type of representation at all. You can just find a bubble, you can find a lane, and just stay in there and just make a killing. I know someone who's a saxophone player. He plays saxophone. There was a corner in New York City that he used to just go stand there and just play sax. And then the corporate guys going to their offices, they would give him money going into the office. They enjoy him playing. If I tell you that that guy did that and he bought a house by just staying in the corner and playing sax and people just giving him tip. So from a distance, it might look like, what is this guy doing? He's playing sax in the corner, and every morning he just come and show up and just stay here and playing. One thing you should know, if something is not working for someone, they will not be there. If you know someone in the corner of the street that they always show up selling something, pushing, moving, grinding, and you see them for a couple of years or for a couple of months, trust me, they're doing okay. They're figuring it out. Because if it's not working, they would have stopped. It's just like with a retail storefront. If it's not working, they will shut it down and they will put store for rent. If it's still open, trust me, there is something there. They're working. So for us as an artist, these are some of the things that we should actually catch. And I know social media has kind of like messed everything up, and we only think social. Social is amazing. Social media is amazing. If you can build from there, you can build a nice 100K followers, 200K followers, and get a good 2 to 3% of those people spend money with you consistently or annually. You'll be great. But you might be able to do the same thing too on a street level without a social following. So if you don't have the social following, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Don't beat yourself up praying and hoping that your social followers can grow for you to start making money. Social following don't really mean anything. I have a friend who, both TikTok and Instagram combined, he has 3 million followers, and I'm doing way better than him financially, economically. I'm doing way better than him. We both actually were recruited to do the Pepsi, the Pepsi commercial that we did for Pepsi, the collab. He was in there, I was in there, we both did it. And after we sat down and having a conversation and sipping on some coffee, and we were all talking about our artistic career and what I was telling him about me, and he's like, how come he got 3 million followers combined, TikTok and Instagram, and he's not doing half of that? And I was like, because you're not in person. And social can be I didn't even know that you can have that much following and not be able to make money. I actually told him, I said, it's impossible for you to have that much following and to tell me that you're not making money like that. And he said, yes, he's not. And I started giving him some advice like, okay, so you need a product. You need a product, you need a product. But how to build that product, that's on you, but you need a product, you need something. So it's all about these things. You have to just know that as an artist, you need a product. You need a skill, like work on your skill. And on the back end of that, you should also think of, you know what, when I sell my product and make some money, what should I do with my money? Okay, get some advice, get some financial advice, and invest some of that money somewhere into something, into whatever. I'm not here to tell you what to do as far as investment is concerned, but do that. So business, products, business as one thing, because if you have a product, you're going to sell it, and that's the business. So the business of selling product, and when the money comes in, some of that money goes into some kind of investment, and you also continue to work on your skill, continue to hold on to that skill, this artistic skill that you have, continue to hold on to it, and turn this skill into a product that you can sell as a business, and turn that business money into an investment. You will never struggle if you hold on to these three things: business, investment, and your skill. You would never struggle. So that's what I was talking to a buddy of mine who we all did the Pepsi commercial in relation to, what I saw is that, so you don't even need a big following in order for you to succeed, in order for you to actually have cash flow, in order for you to have to generate revenue and income, to have cash flow coming in. So, and it's the same thing here. Two of my best friends, actually, they're not social media persona at all. They don't really do. One has a social media, but he rarely post or do those things that you should be doing on social media. The other one, he doesn't do social media at all. He always in front of the Metropolitan Museum in New York selling. Always in front of the Met selling his art. And he's making a killing. He doesn't do social. So you don't need social following to make money. If that's what you're waiting for, you don't need it. And if you want to double up, then you could do the social and still show up in person. That's what I like to do. I do social, I still show up in person. My social is not growing as fast as it was supposed to. And I'm not counting on that, because even if it grows, what is that going to add on as far as what I'm doing already? If it does add on, great. If it doesn't, I continue to just push, because I see my friends are doing it. I have at least 4 or 5 friends that out in the street that's just pushing in their own way, and they're doing fine. They're making a living. So personally, I'm heavy on not having to rely heavily on social in order for you to make a living as an artist. When Pepsi came and collaborated with me, I had less than 2,000 followers. It was less than 2,000 followers when Pepsi found me. And that happened by me being in the street just selling. Somebody saw me, it was like, oh, I like what you're doing. This is amazing. And then word got around, and for whatever reason, somebody want to get in contact with you. They like what you're doing. And then that led to me meeting up with the Pepsi agent. And then they invited me to the studio. And then that's how I went there to do the painting and everything. And then the collaboration happened. So you don't need a big following for even a collaboration to happen. I do corporate live painting. I've worked with MasterCard, Facebook, Uber, you name them, and my following is still around 4,300. When I was doing all these collabs, my following wasn't even at 4,000 yet. So, and my 4,000 followers is just numbers. It doesn't really, on a week to week basis, I'm doing way more on my own, on my website, on my email, on my in-person than just my social media combined, all the social media combined. So you don't really need that much of following in order for these things to happen. You just be outside, get your exposure, right? Get exposure. And that exposure will lead to gigs, small or medium type gigs, and both corporate or private. If you stay consistent, be out there, continue to do what you're doing, continue to do it. People seeing you, people seeing your consistency, people start to believe in you. That's what's gonna lead to someone saying, I know an artist, I know someone who's out there, maybe we should engage him for a corporate event, small, medium corporate events. It could be private or what have you. And that's how these things happen. For me, that's actually, because I don't have any connections. I don't know anybody like that. And this is how these things happen, just by being consistent, being in person. I'm also on social. If somebody want to do a little bit of research on me, and they Google me, they Google Danyaki, you go on Google, you see my work there. You see, like, I'm like heavy on Google, because I'm super indexed on Google, all by just doing it in physical world and then transferring it into the digital world. So that's how, personally, I think is the way to go. Consistency, just stay consistent. And consistency has kept me grounded. Consistency has kept me grounded and helped me gain a lot of believers, people who believe in me, people who believe in my work, and they come back and spend money with me, and they also spread the word about me and my work. And these things lead to someone reaching out on the email saying, oh, somebody just forwarded my information to them, or my newsletter to them, and they like what I'm doing, and then before you know it, purchases happen. So I'm picking up people one brick at a time, like one believers at a time. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of following just coming in at once. I pick up people one at a time, but those people are people who actually purchase, they actually buy. So I'd rather that than just 1,000 likes with no sale. I'd rather one person that I pick, or one person that a believer of mine talk to them about me, and that word of mouth got around that, check out this artist, he's good. If you want something handmade, something beautiful for a gift, check this artist out. and they reach out and make purchase, I'd rather that than 1,000 likes on Instagram. So that's personally, that's what I go for. And to end on this video, what you actually need to focus on, like focus on a small base. When I say a small base, like I mean like small fan base. If you actually can stay consistent, you keep doing it, you're gonna build a small fan base, and that's all you need. You need just a small fan base that love what you're doing and believe in you. Those people become believers, and they will tell everybody about you. They will tell the whole world about what you are doing. And once you have those people, some of them on your social, some of them on your email, and some of them in person, and they will show up. If you're doing any street festival, you let the word out there that you're going to be here doing the street fest. They're going to show up. They're going to come support you. I have a friend who, right now, he's not heavy on social media. He teach people tie-dye. He gives them tie-dye boutique, tie-dye style classes, and he charged $270 per session, and he does it every other month. And he get people swarmed up. They come in and they do it. They love it. They just being there in person and doing it. Every other month he does it. And he's making a killing. He's not heavy on social media. He just have a small base, people who love to get busy. They love to be creative, and they will come to his class. They show up over and over and over. And they tell their friends, and their friends will show up again. And the money just keep coming back. So you don't need a huge social media following. A small base that believes in you, that's what you need. Those believers, they will support you. A small, supportive base that keeps you in business. That's what you need. That's exactly what you need. You can create a reasonable income with a very small attention. Again, you can create a reasonable income with a very small attention. Being a creative person, making things with your hand. And even if it's not making things with your hand, you can start making things with your hand and advance later on into computerized prints or whatever. Like if I want to do that now, I can do that. My base still support me. They still believe in me. So that's what I want to leave you with. You don't need a heavy social media following. You don't need a heavy social media attention in order for you to succeed as an artist. You need few people, few attention. You need people who can look at you in your eye and say, I like what you're doing. And they become part of your tribe. And build that tribe, continue to build that tribe. Even if it's 1,000 people. My social media following is only 4,300 as I'm speaking to you right now. I do not even depend on it. But it's small, but that's the base. My email is small, but that's the base. When I show up in person, there's people who are not on social media and they don't even have email addresses. And those people would rather, they used to go into the store and talk to people. Small, but that's the base. And that's the business. That is the business model. So that's the end of it. Please go practice that. Go try to do that. And don't get stuck with only waiting for social media to blow up in order for you to make a living as an artist. You should not be struggling. You should not be broke as an artist. So don't forget to subscribe. If you made it here, subscribe, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for watching this video. I appreciate you for sticking with me. There's more coming. That's all I do. I'm just teaching you my experiences, things that I've done that keep me in business, keep my business in business. I've been doing it for 10 years and I'm still going. I'm still grinding. So let's continue to create. Let's not starve as an artist. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one. Click the link below. Go to my website. Support. Salute. One.